Hey guys, I'm AJ, and for the past 8 years, I've been involved with all things influencer. I've helped dozens of brands launch and scale their influencer marketing campaigns. And please don't tell my coworkers, but I used to be an influencer when I was in my blogger era, receiving free product and collaboration opportunities. So trust me when I say these are the top 10 biggest myths in influencer marketing. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do and, more importantly, what not to do when launching an influencer program. Myth number 1 is that influencer marketing doesn't need a budget. This is wrong. You need a budget for influencer marketing for a lot of reasons. Some of the main reasons are for outreach, gifting product to influencers, product shipping, and for flat payments to influencers. Now, some influencers, if your product is highly desirable or of high value, will work for product as their main form of compensation. But more often than not, influencers will want to be fairly compensated for the work that they are doing. And that means having a budget for flat payments. Let's think about it. Would you work for free? Probably not. So fair pay ensures a mutually beneficial partnership right from the start. Myth number 2 is that more followers equals more influence. Definitely not. In many cases, more followers can look super impressive, but we don't really care about looks. We care about results. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that your influencer aligns with the KPIs you're setting for your campaign. Some of those common KPIs can include views, engagement, or conversions. If your main goal is to drive sales, and let's be honest, that's most people's main goal, it doesn't really matter how many followers the influencer has. What matters is how many of their followers they can convert into paying customers for your brand. Now, myth number 3 is for my people who already have an established influencer marketing program, so listen up. Myth number 3 is that when you scale your influencer marketing outreach, you lose personal touch. This is not the case at all. What you're really doing by spending hours writing each individual email is losing out on major opportunities that you could be having with more influencers. Influencer marketing is a numbers game, so you need to minimize the amount of time you're spending handwriting each email and maximize the number of responses you're getting from influencers. Scaling your influencer outreach is a must for any healthy, growing influencer marketing program. When you partner with a platform like Upfluence, we have an app called Workflow, which can allow you through merge fields to send out hundreds of customized emails at one time. Now that is going to be high impact with low effort on your end. Myth number 4 is that influencer marketing performance is hard to track. The only people who believe that are people who don't know what they want to track or how they're going to track it. Thanks to platforms like Upfluence, brands can track everything from conversions, engagements, to even ROI of their influencer marketing campaigns. You might be asking yourself, how does a platform like Upfluence track all of that data? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. When you use affiliate links with UTMs, you can track everything that happens to the links that the influencers are sharing with their audience. Trust me, you're gonna get all the details. Guys, are you still with me? We're halfway there with myth number 5, and this one is one of my favorites that brands say. Myth number 5 is that influencers will work for free product. And okay, sure. Maybe if you have a high value, highly desired product, an influencer will work for product compensation, but more often than not, don't bet on it. If you want guaranteed high quality content deliverables, you're going to have to be willing to have a budget to pay influencers for high quality work. When you're working with more professional influencers, they often know their worth to a brand, and to be honest, exposure just doesn't pay the bills. Think about it this way. Collaborations need to be thoughtfully executed and be mutually beneficial for both the brand and the influencer. Myth number 6 is that influencer outreach is easy and you'll get tons of responses instantly. Many brands assume that reaching out to just a few influencers will get them all the partnerships that they need. This is not true. Let's do a quick little exercise here. Think about your own inbox. It's probably full of dozens of junk offers and spam emails every single day. An influencer's inbox is going to be the same exact situation on steroids. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Influencer outreach is a numbers game. So you need to be sending out hundreds of emails to hundreds of influencers in order to get the responses that you want. If an influencer hasn't worked with you in the past or previously purchased your product, you're gonna have to reach out to 10 times the amount of influencers that you actually want to work with to get a positive reply rate. The more desirable your offer is, the more responses you're gonna get. So when you're reaching out to influencers, make sure that you're writing a thoughtful email with a good story that is a mutually beneficial offer and competitive compensation. Myth number 7 is that only Gen Z and millennials engage with influencer content. Think again. This myth is complete history. There are influencers for every age and every audience demographic out there. There are influencers for workout enthusiasts, home decor experts, medical professionals, and even for your grandma and her gardening hobby. And I'm not saying gardening is just for your grandma. I'm actually a huge gardening enthusiast, so I'm probably consuming that content as well. By diversifying your campaigns through Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, you're increasing your chances of reaching different audiences with multiple different touch points. For example, YouTube alone in the past few years has seen a 60% increase in users over the age of 65. Myth number 8 is that influencer marketing results are immediately visible. Sometimes a viral moment might shoot up some instantaneous results. Maybe you get a few instant conversions or a huge uptick in followers and likes and comments. But more often than not, a sustainable influencer marketing program takes time and intention to build. Relying on virality is not a sustainable business model. Influencer marketing is a marathon, not a sprint. Building trust with an audience can take some time. So you need to give it at least 3 months from your first influencer marketing campaign to begin seeing results and 6 months to see a fully healthy program begin developing. Plus, if you're not using affiliate links or discount codes to track the ROI of your campaigns, it's gonna be pretty hard no matter how much time has passed to prove if your program's even working. So make sure you don't forget to have trackable conversions. Myth number 9 is that any influencer will work for your brand. This is completely false. Working with the wrong influencer can almost be worse than working with no influencers at all. Before you engage with an influencer, you're gonna wanna double check a few things, such as audience alignment, engagement rates, and making sure that you share common brand values. And please remember, just because one influencer says no, doesn't mean that the next 100 influencers are going to say no. Influencers have different priorities and different times of the year where they're looking for collaborations. So don't be afraid to keep reaching out. Congrats guys, you've made it to the end. Let's talk about myth number 10, which is perhaps the biggest myth of them all. Myth number 10 is that influencer marketing is just nice to have. This is completely wrong. If you are not using influencer marketing in the modern media landscape, you are potentially missing out on hundreds, if not thousands, of potential clients. Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok are the new Google. So people need to be able to find you on these platforms. Plus, when influencers endorse your product, you automatically get their community's trust, and you cannot put a price on that. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. I hope you learned something new and that you feel more confident going forward with an influencer marketing program. In the next video, we're gonna break down the nitty-gritty metrics on how to know which influencers to work with and which influencers to run away from. Thanks for watching today's video. Now it's time to test your knowledge. Click the link down below to sign up for Upfluence's certificate course.